When I say corset, what comes to mind? Is it the tightly laced, organ-squishing undergarment of the 18th and 19th centuries? Or perhaps you thought of the latest trend, modern, fashionable corsets, recently being embraced by many celebrities. A corset can conjure countless images in one's mind. It's a garment with a rich history, a silhouette shaper that has played a starring role in various eras. However, navigating through the corridors of time discloses that the garment began to fade from the pages of history. What led to the eventual decline of this symbol of constraint? Was it a rebellion against societal norms, a quest for comfort, or a combination of both? Today, we're going to discover the reasons behind why ladies stopped wearing corsets. Before we discuss the whys and hows, let's explore the dual personality of this iconic garment. Origin of corsets. Now that we've fastened our curiosity, let's journey back through archives to uncover the origin of corsets. Yes, that's right. Corsets can trace their roots back to ancient history, the Bronze Age Minoan civilization in 1600 BCE. But it wasn't until the Middle Ages that they truly took center stage. They became a fashion statement primarily worn by European royalty. These stiffening garments, designed to cinch the waist, were initially related with the wealthy elite. During this era, women in the French court played a pivotal role in popularizing the corset. It was known not merely as an undergarment, but as a fashion statement worn both underneath and on top of their clothing. However, by the 17th century, they found their way into the wardrobes of the bourgeoisie, the rising middle class. Corsets came in various materials and designs, from iron corsets to more lavish and decorative designs. Paintings of royalty, such as Elizabeth I and Catherine de' Medici, showcase the popularity of corsets in the higher echelons of society. Corsets evolved to help enhance posture, the desired figure at this time, a very rigid posture and a high chest. To achieve this disciplined stance, corsets came with shoulder straps, forcing the shoulders so far back that the shoulder blades would touch. Fast forward to the Regency era, from 1795 to 1837, when corsets were fully integrated into British society. In reality, the era was a time of experimentation and variety in corset designs. Contrary to the suffocating torture devices, corsets of this time were made of soft cotton with stiffer cotton cording for support. Women had the flexibility to choose more comfortable corsets for daily wear and tighter ones for special occasions, creating a stark contrast to the misconceptions perpetuated by many. As corset designs evolved, so did the notion of tight lacing. It wasn't until the early 19th century, with the implementation of metal eyelets, those holes through which the laces crisscross, that tight lacing became a recognized practice. The downfall of corsets. Now that we've traced the historical roots and evolution of corsets, let's move to the 20th century, when the iconic garment faced both a decline and a powerful resurgence. The 1900s marked a turning point as corsets gradually fell out of favor, and a new era of fashion and female empowerment took center stage. The decline in the popularity and widespread use of corsets can be accredited to a combination of factors. Let's discuss the key reasons why ladies gradually abandoned the corset. Number 7. Health concerns. The main reason for the decline of corsets was growing awareness of the potential health risks associated with tight lacing. Medical professionals played a pivotal role in this shift by highlighting the dangers posed by such practices. Women who engaged in tight lacing faced difficulties in breathing due to constrained chest expansion, which ultimately led to respiratory issues and discomfort. Furthermore, the compression of digestive organs resulted in problems like indigestion and constipation. Women began embracing more comfortable alternatives, such as bras and less restrictive foundation garments. Number 6. Women's liberation and feminism. The late 19th and early 20th centuries witnessed the rise of the women's liberation movements. Women began to challenge traditional gender roles, demanding more autonomy and equal rights. The corset, seen by some as a symbol of restriction and male-imposed beauty standards, became a target for those supporting the idea of women's freedom from oppressive fashion norms. The rejection of corsets aligns with the broader narrative of women reclaiming control over their bodies and challenging societal expectations. The evolving feminist movement played a crucial role in reshaping attitudes toward fashion, encouraging women to embrace comfort and practicality over garments that symbolized subjugation. Number 5. Shift in fashion trends. Eventually, fashion trends evolved, moving away from the rigid, structured styles of the Victorian and Edwardian eras. In the early 1900s, a significant shift occurred as women embraced sports and exercise. The bicycle craze, in particular, led to the creation of sports corsets, designed to allow unrestricted movement. However, women started inclining towards more free-flowing outfits, rejecting the restrictions of corsets. To achieve the coveted thin waist and hourglass shape, they turned to dieting and exercise rather than relying on tight clothing. The emergence of looser, more comfortable clothing in the early 20th century, such as flapper dresses in the 1920s, reflected a shift towards a more relaxed and free-spirited approach to fashion. It revealed a broader societal change in attitudes, mirroring the post-World War I desire for freedom, individuality, and a break from traditional norms. Number 4. World War I and practicality. World War I played a role in this shift, as more women embraced uniforms and simple cotton designs, favouring practicality over rigid fashion. As a result, corsets were no longer a common sight, as society embraced more versatile and comfortable clothing. Women took on new roles in the workforce and engaged in various activities that required greater freedom of movement. The wartime brought about a shift in daily activities. Women were not only working in munitions factories and offices, but also engaging in more physical and dynamic pursuits. Women needed practical, comfortable attire that could adapt to the demands of their daily activities. The restrictive nature of corsets became impractical in the changing socio-economic landscape. Number 3. Innovations in undergarments. The decline of corsets was significantly influenced by innovations in undergarments. The development of more comfortable clothing, such as the brassiere, provided women with alternative options that were less constricting than corsets. These new undergarments were better suited to the evolving fashion preferences and the changing roles of women in society. As fashion trends evolved towards looser and more relaxed silhouettes in the early to mid-20th century, bras seamlessly integrated into modern styles. The adaptability of bras to the changing aesthetics of fashion made them a practical and preferred choice for women. The diverse styles and designs further contributed to their widespread acceptance. Women started to choose undergarments that aligned with their individual preferences and the evolving fashion landscape. Number 2. Cinematic and cultural influences. Movies and popular culture play a role in shaping perceptions of fashion. As film and media began to portray more diverse representations of beauty, the idealized, tightly corseted figures of the past fell out of favor. Actresses on the silver screen embraced various body types, contributing to a broader acceptance of different forms of beauty. Designers like Coco Chanel began to embrace a more natural, athletic look, influencing societal norms. During the 1910s and 1920s, some visionary fashion designers boldly rejected the corset. Poiret introduced loose silhouettes formed with draped fabric, challenging the traditional norms. This cinematic and cultural shift encouraged a collective move towards comfort and practicality in fashion. The tight-laced, hourglass figure of the past lost favor as society embraced more relaxed and authentic expressions of beauty. Women, inspired by changing representations in media, began to question and reject the stringent beauty standards imposed by corsets. Number 1. Economic factors. Economic considerations also played a role. The Great Depression in the 1930s prompted a more frugal approach to fashion, due to which elaborate, restrictive corsets became less practical and desirable during this challenging time. The cost of maintaining a corset wardrobe, often associated with intricate designs and materials, became increasingly burdensome. As families faced economic hardships, spending on non-essential items like elaborate undergarments fell out of favor. The fashion industry responded to the economic realities of the time by adapting to more budget-conscious trends. Simpler, more affordable clothing options gained popularity, as they were aligning with the practical needs of people facing financial constraints. And there you have it, the captivating journey through time to unravel the mystery of why ladies stopped wearing corsets. From the 1700s to the 1800s, where it represented constraints on women's freedom, to the modern era, where individuals find empowerment in wearing it, the corset has traversed a fascinating journey through time. The corset, in its heyday, may have been a tool of oppression, but it has also become a symbol of empowerment for those who choose to wear it today. Until next time, keep embracing the stories woven into the garments of the past. And, most importantly, keep expressing yourself.